Located at 403 North College Street. Plenty of parking at Compton and Compton Eye Care, where they're always accepting new patients. You can reach Compton and Compton by calling 270-586-5181. And for Compton and Compton, three veteran officials, and one that we've seen several times already, even in the holiday tournaments. Mike Berry, Barry Ballou, and Jonathan Carver will be the officials for this ball game. They did a great job in the Clinton County ball game. Okay, we're set to go. The Lady Bulldogs in traveling red, Lady Wildcats in home white. Jesse Beller to jump against Kaylee, and the ball is in the air. It is controlled in backcourt by the Lady Wildcats as Lunsford will bring it up. Looks like a 2-3 zone set up by Red Broiling Springs. Lunsford goes to the left side to Lovin, back to the top of the circle, and Beller over to Lunsford. Low on the right side to Prince. To Beller, to Lovin, in the corner to Tristan. She drives, puts a jump shot up, too strong. Rebound goes to Ellington of Red Boiling Springs. She pushes it down the floor, and called for steps is Kaylee Tuck. So the turnover will give it to the Lady Wildcats. As Tristan brings it up. Moves to the left, now comes right side to Beller, in the middle to Oshie. Oshie spins, kicks it out to Lovin, back out front to Lunsford. She penetrates, 3-second call on the Lady Wildcats. They'll give it right back. And the Lady Bulldogs will bring it up. Into front court, in the middle it goes to Tuck. She puts it up, no good. Rebound to Prince, off to Lunsford. Lady Cats trying to run. Lunsford all the way down, top of the circle. Bounce pass into Oshie, and a whistle and a foul. First foul of the ball game is charged to Kennedy Fleming. Her first, team's first. And Oshie will go to the line to shoot. No, she won't either. It'll be an inbounds play. Comes in to try to get it to Oshie, threw it over her head, picked up by Hetty. She goes down and is slapped away from behind by Lunsford. It'll be Lady Bulldog ball under their own basket. Callie will inbounds it to Davis. Davis bounce pass back to Callie, back to Davis. She sets up for a three, no good. Rebound goes to Beller. Off to Lunsford. Tristan to the top of the circle, drives into the lane, pulls up, 8-footer on the way, got it. Lady Wildcats take a 2-0 lead. As Lady Bulldogs try to push it back down the floor. Round to the right side to Davis. Davis looked at a three, passed it up. Over to Fleming. Fleming brings it back out front, almost stolen by Lunsford. Davis runs it down. She's at back mid-court now, goes to the left side. Tries to get in the middle, a whistle, and a foul is going to be charged to Lunsford. That'll be her first, team's first. It's on the floor, so it will be out of bounds. It comes in to Hetty, back over to Davis, bounce pass into Callie, cross courts it, setting up for a three. It's going to be short, taken by Lunsford. That was by Ellington. Lunsford all the way down the near side to the top of the circle, and Prince on the left side to Lovin. Lovin back to the top of the circle, and Lunsford over to Lovin. Looks underneath, can't get it there. To Tristany, back to Lovin. Sets up for a three, short. Rebound goes to Red Boiling Springs as Hetty comes out with it. Lady Wildcats, good job of getting back. Hetty still dribbling out front. Comes back top of the circle to Davis. Tried to go underneath, stolen by Oshie Baker, and she is immediately fouled by Ellington. That'll be Ellington's first, team's second. And the Lady Cats will bring it up the floor. Timeout. Red Boiling Springs, it's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Want to again remind you that at the conclusion of this ball game, we will head back up the road to Bowling Green, Kentucky. James Mooneyhan will have the call for the Lady Wildcats. I'm sorry, for the Wildcats. Sorry, guys. For the Wildcats and for Louisville Mayo. Second horn, and we're set to go. It'll be Wildcat ball, mid-back court. As Lunsford walks it across the timeline, looking over the defense. Goes to the left side to Lovin. Back out top of the circle to Lunsford, to Beller. To Lunsford. Back over to Beller. Jesse wanted to go baseline. Got cut off. Back out to Lunsford. Lunsford will bring it out front. In the corner to Lovin. Back out to Tristany. Drives in. 8-footer is going to be short. A whistle and a foul. And the foul is charged to 52. And her name is Eisenberg. Thanks. She wasn't on our roster. Tristany gets the first free throw. Lady Cats lead it 3-0 with 5:13. Make it, no, misses it. And the rebound goes to Tuck. Tuck. Davis with the basketball now. Gets it over across to Fleming. Fleming back out front to Eisenberg. Over on the right side to Hetty, and she puts in a three. First three-pointer of the ball game goes to Red Boiling Springs. Still trying to get Eisenberg in the book. To the top of the circle, and Tristany almost missed it, had to run it down to Beller, low on the right side. Back out front to Tristany. Back to Jesse. Jesse will put up one just inside the arc, nailed it. Jesse Beller's first basket. It's a 5-3 ball game. Lady Cats on top. Davis will bring it up. Tristany on her. Davis moves into front court, spins, comes to the left side. Tries to penetrate, gets cut off. Kicks it out front to Hetty. Hetty puts up another three. It's no good. Prince clears, has it slapped out of her hands, and a whistle and a foul. And Prince is going to be charged with a foul, going after the loose ball. That'll be her first, team second. It will be Red Boiling Springs basketball as Eisenberg will step out to inbounds it. Comes into Hetty. She goes low but kicks it back out front to Fleming. Fleming drives in for the layup. Got it. Lady Wildcats didn't cut her off. 5-5 ball game. Lady Bulldogs pull back, still in that 2-3 zone. Tristany taking her time as she comes up. 3:45 to go in the first. Lovin with the basketball on the left side, back top of the circle to Lunsford, back to Lovin. Back out to Lunsford. Into the free throw line. Carver into the ball game now. Gets it back to Lunsford. Cross courts it to Oshie. To no good. Rebound. Oshie crashed the boards, but Eisenberg came down with it for the Lady Bulldogs. Long pass down to Fleming. Fleming gets it off to Davis. Davis puts the shot up. No good. Beller clears. Off to Lunsford. 30-second timeout to Franklin Simpson. Coach is not happy with his starters right now. And into the ball game will come McCutcheon. Five to 5 is the score right now. Two Lady Wildcats to score. Lunsford with a field goal and a free throw, and Beller with a field goal. Katie Hetty for Red Boiling Springs with a 3, and Kennedy Fleming with a field goal. It will be Franklin Simpson basketball. They'll bring it the length of the floor. As Lunsford takes the inbounds pass, walks it up. Oshie on the low post. Jesse on the high post. Left side it goes to Lovin. Back out front to Lunsford. Back to Lovin. Lovin puts it on the floor, gives it up to Lunsford. Back to Lovin. Just inside the arc. Bounces, no good. Battle for the rebound. And Hetty comes out with it for Red Boiling Springs. And she double dribbled. It'll be Wildcat ball going the other way. Into the lineup for the first time for Red Boiling Springs will be Macy Raines. Beller inbounds to Lunsford. 2:45 to go in the first quarter, tied at 5. Tristany goes left side to Lovin. Back out front to Tristany. Fakes a 3, gives it to Lovin. Back to Tristany. To Baker. Baker puts it on the floor, kicks it out to McCutcheon to the top of the circle. Lunsford back to McCutcheon. Back to Lunsford. Back to McCutcheon. Baseline to Beller. Jesse just inside the arc. No. Battle for it. Baker gets it, puts it up and in. Oshie just fought for that one, got the basket. And the foul is called on Davis. That is Davis' first, team's third. Baker with her first basket. She'll go to the line for one. Free throw is up. Got it. Lady Wildcats take an 8-5 lead. Davis with the basketball out front. Comes to the left side. With the basketball is, I don't have a 40 either. Yeah, I do, Ellington. Tristan Lunsford just picked up her second foul. That's team's third. Remember, the Lady Cats are one guard short. With the basketball is Fleming. Out front it goes to Davis. To the left side to Hetty. Hetty will put up a three. No. Rebound battled for. McCutcheon comes out with it, gets tied up. Jump ball will stay with the Lady Bulldogs. I'll tell you what, they're little, but they're feisty. Davis will inbounds under her own basket. Looking to get it in. It comes into Hetty. Hetty back out front to Davis. Davis backs it out. Cross courts it to Raines, and a whistle and a foul. And that one will be called against Beller. That'll be her first, team's fourth. Prince back in, McCutcheon out. Davis will inbounds. Looking to get it in. It comes in to Fleming. Ball is loose on the floor, picked up by Baker. Off to Lunsford. Lunsford into the lane, and a blocking foul. That foul will be charged to Kennedy Fleming, and that will be her second. Oh, no, he said 50. That's Raines. That's her first, team's fourth. As Tristany hits the first free throw. 9-5. 10-5. And whistle, and Partinger will come in, and Oshie will get her first rest. As Fleming will bring it up. Tristany meets her at midcourt, goes to the left side. In the middle, they try to get it to Hetty. Three-pointer on the way by Hetty, and she nails it. That is her second three. And it's a 10-8 ball game. Franklin Simpson with 1:15 to go in the first quarter. Lunsford with the basketball out front. Right side to Carver back in the game to Jesse. Jesse puts it up. Partinger gets a rebound, goes out of bounds off the hands of the Lady Bulldogs Fleming. It'll be Franklin Simpson ball into their own basket. Jesse brought that ball down and then tried to go back up, and they were all over her. Blocking the shot. Oshie back in. Jesse gets her first rest. Oshie didn't get much of a rest. To Carver. Carver to the top of the circle, to the left side to Prince. Back out to Carver. To the right side and Lunsford. Back to Carver. Back to Lunsford. Lunsford to Carver at the top of the circle, left side to Prince. Back to Carver. To the right side and Lunsford. Into Oshie, slapped away. Oshie comes up with it, gives it back to Lunsford. Tristany fakes. Goes back out front to to Lovin. Ball's tipped around. I think I was calling Tamia Carver all that time. Shot is up and good by Tuck. Tuck's first basket. And my apologies to Tamia. I know they'll watch the tape, and I'll catch a little devil for that. So the Lady Wildcats with 15 seconds, they spread the floor going for one. Lunsford with the basketball, tied at 10 to the right side and Lovin. Her ponytail was covering up part of the five, if I can have a little bit of an excuse. Bounce pass over to Oshie. Jump shots on the way. No good. Rebound goes to Red Boiling Springs. Long throw down. No good. And as the first quarter comes to a close, we're tied at 10. We'll be back. You're listening to WFKN Sports. Lunsford has 5 points for the Lady Cats. Jessie Beller with 2 and Oshie Baker with 3. Beller into Lunsford. Still in that 2-3 zone, Red Boiling Springs. To the left side to Lovin. Gotcha now, Tamia. Back to Lovin. Back to Lunsford. Carver is in the ball game now, has the basketball on the right side. Back out front to Lovin, over to, Lunsford to Lovin, back to Lunsford. She drives into the lane, has the ball tipped. Lovin runs it down, gets it back to Lunsford. Back to Lovin. She drives. Has the ball slapped away, almost stolen. Lovin with the basketball brings it to the top of the circle. Goes left side to Lunsford, in the middle to Baker. She drives between two players, puts it up, rolls good. Oshie just muscled that one in, and the Lady Cats with a 2-point lead. Right side it goes. Oh, my goodness. Players all over the floor. Hetty with the basketball, moves to the top of the circle, comes to the left side to Fleming. Now she dribbles back to the top, almost to midcourt. Comes to the left. Beller on her, drives in, kicks it out to Hetty. Hetty looked at the three, passed it up to the top of the circle and Raines. To the right side, and Ellington. Ellington in to Tuck. Tuck puts it up and in. 4 points for Tuck, tied at 12. Lunsford with the basketball into front court, off to Carver. Nope, Tamia. Going to have to quit looking at the numbers and look at the faces, because Tamia's 5 looks like a 3 with her ponytail on it. Back out front to Tamia. To Tristany, to Jessie, inside the arc. Shots up, rolls no good, battle for the rebound, and Tuck comes out with it for Red Boiling Springs. Off to Fleming. Long pass down to Raines. She can't handle it. Out of bounds, it'll go to Franklin Simpson. Returning to the lineup for Red Boiling Springs is Davis. No full court pressure by Red Boiling Springs throughout the first half. 6:08 to go in the first. 12-12 the score. Tristany crosses the timeline, goes to the left side to Beller. Over to Lovin. Back out front to Lunsford. Back to Lovin. Baseline to Jessie. Drives under the basket, and she's going to be fouled by Tuck. That'll be Tuck's first. Team's 5th. Team's 6th. I've got to run one foul down as Jessie goes to the line for the first time. First free throw is up. Rolls good. She'll have another. 3 points for Beller. Second shot is in the air. Got that one too. Davis will bring it up for Red Boiling Springs. Still dribbling with Carver on her. Bounce pass over to Fleming. Fleming cross courts it to Hetty. Hetty will put up a 3. Rolls no good, and that's going to be over the back on Tuck, and that'll be her second. Team 7th will go to the other end and shoot one in the bonus. Jessie will be the shooter. And, well, Tuck and Fleming are about the same size. I started to say Tuck is the tallest player on the team. Jessie's shot rolls good. She'll get the bonus. 15-12, 5:37 left in the first half. Second shot rolls good also. Got a lot of iron. Davis pushing it up the floor, comes to the left side. Carver on her, tries to get in the lane, kicks it out to Hetty. She's going to put up a 3. It's going to be no good. And that easily could have been an over the back on Fleming. But it goes off the hands of the Lady Wildcats, so it'll stay with the Lady Bulldogs. Davis banks it in on the inbounds pass, almost a touch pass. 16-14. Eisenberg reports to the scorer's table as Tristany comes to the top of the circle. Lovin walks to the top. Carver comes out, takes the basketball to the right side to Lovin. Back to Carver. Back to Lovin. Over to Lunsford. Bounce pass in the middle to Baker. Jump shots on the way. It's no good. Rebound goes to Ellington. Ellington brings it all the way down. Bounce pass underneath to Tuck. Puts it up. No good. Battle for the rebound. And Ellington comes out with it. Fleming with a three, no good. Beller clears for Franklin Simpson. They're going to live and die by the three, it looks like. Up to Loving, to Lunsford, over to Beller. Beller on the left side to Carver, back to Beller. Beller drives in the lane, puts a shot up, no good. Saved into the hands of Tuck. Nice hustle by Fleming. Lady Wildcats kind of stood and watched that one. Davis working to the right side, to the top of the circle, and Fleming to the left side now. And Ellington. Ellington gives it up to Davis, who'll bring it back to the top of the circle, backs it almost to midcourt. In the middle to Tuck on the give and go. Over to Fleming. And Tuck put up one just inside the arc that didn't hit anything. It'll be out of bounds to Franklin Simpson. Eisenberg will come back in, and Ellington will go to the bench.
Good job, Shaylee.
Jesse waits to inbounds to Lunsford. 16-14, 3:55 to go in the first half. Lunsford into front court, gives it up to Carver. Over to Lovin. Lovin to the right side, back to Carver. In the corner to Tristan. He tried to go in the middle to Oshie. Ball's loose on the floor, picked up by Eisenberg. Off to Davis as Jesse dove for it. In the corner to Fleming for three. No. Rebound goes to Lovin. Off to Lunsford. Tristan all the way down the lane, kicks it out to Jesse. 12-footer, no. Rebound to Tristany. Top of the circle to Lovin. Back to Tristany. Drives in. Stops. Shot. Good. 7 points for her. A whistle. And a warning to Eisenberg and to Baker. Couldn't hear it. Didn't see anything. Eisenberg into Davis. 18-14, 3:12 to go in the first half. Davis moves into front court, goes to the right side, all the way down in the corner, brings it back out front to Eisenberg. Bounce pass in the middle, Tuck, she spins, puts it up, missed the shot, got a foul. Foul is on Carver. That'll be Cece's first, team's fifth. Tuck at the line. Got it. 3 points for Tuck. No, I'm sorry, 5 points for Tuck. She'll be back at the line for a second because she can cut the lead to 2. Kicks off the rim, no good. Baker with the rebound for Franklin Simpson. Off to Lunsford. Still in the 2-3 zone are the Bulldogs. Right side to Carver, to Lovin. Back out front to Lunsford. Back to Lovin, over to Beller, to Lovin. In the corner to Lunsford. Prince back into the ball game at that last break. Lunsford with the basketball, top of the circle to Lovin, to Lunsford. To Lovin, top of the circle. Left side to Prince, into Baker. Baker drives, kicks it out to Tristany for three. Yes! Nope, no, he said it's a 2. 9 points for her. Just had a toe on the line. 20-15 the score. Davis to Eisenberg. In the corner to Fleming. Over to Tuck. She puts a shot up. Blocked by Beller. Taken by Beller. Off to Tristany. Over to Lovin. Bounce pass in to Baker. Has it slapped out of her hands. Picked up by Fleming. And she'll get it to Davis. Davis to the top of the circle. Comes to the left side. In the middle, back out to Davis. Over on the right side to Fleming. Fleming, top of the circle to Davis. She'll put up a 3. Got it. Davis first 3, 5 points for her. It's a 20-18 game with 1:32 to go in the half. Lunsford moves into front court. Lovin comes out to take the basketball over to Beller. Over to Lunsford. Jesse flashes across, can't get it to her, to Lovin, back to Lunsford. Bounce pass in the middle to Baker. I think it was on, foul is on Davis. That is her second, team's 8th. Baker goes to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus. We're cross court from the scorers table. Sometimes I have to wait until they put it on the board before I know exactly who the foul was on. Oshie with the first of the one in the bonus. Got it. She'll have another. Lead is, I think they put that on the wrong side, didn't they? And she got the second one. I think it should be 22 to 18. 18. Yeah, he's got it now. Davis, top of the circle to the right side to Ellington. Back to Davis, top of the circle, puts up a three. It's no good. Baker clears for the Wildcats, gets it off to McCutcheon. McCutcheon waits for teammates. Over to Lovin. Back to McCutcheon. Back to Lovin. Tristany getting a rest here in the last part of the half as Lovin puts it on her hip. Beller comes out with her. Beller with the basketball now. Down low to McCutcheon at 45 seconds. Over to Beller. Back to McCutcheon. Evan with the basketball. No count on her. Now they move a little bit closer to her. In the middle to Lovin. Out to Baker. Baker dribbles, gives it off to Lovin. Back to Baker. Back to Lovin. Still working out front at 22 seconds. Over to Beller. Jesse dribbles into the corner, picks up her dribble, gets it over to Lovin. Lovin puts up a shot, no good. Run down by Evan. She puts it up, no good. And Baker's going to be called for the foul. Her first. Team sixth. 6.4 seconds left. Lady Wildcats lead it by 4 as Eisenberg will inbounds. It comes in to Fleming. Fleming hustles into front court. Tries to drive. Maybe got away with a step. Put it up. No good. And the Lady Cats will go to the dressing room leading 22-18 over Red Bull. Showed some stuff in coming back and winning that ball game. Both teams break the huddle. We're set for the final 16 minutes of this ball game. Lady Wildcats with a 4-point lead. To inbounds is Ellington. She'll inbounds it to Davis. Davis playing with 1 foul. She has 5 points. To the left side to Fleming. Back to Davis at the top of the circle. She backs it back out. Lady Wildcats in a 2-3 zone. To the right side. And Hetty back to Davis. Over to Fleming. Fleming tries to drive the baseline to Tuck. Back out front to Davis. To the right side now and Hetty. Hetty will put up a 3. No good. Rebound to Lovin. Lovin all the way down to the right side. Holds it up. Gives it out front to Tristany. Back to Lovin, and Lovin will come to the top of the circle. Right side to Tristany. Bounce pass. Tried to get it in the middle. Lunsford gets a loose ball to Lovin over to Prince. In the middle. Tipped around. Picked up. Ball's loose on the floor. It'll be Franklin Simpson ball off the hands of Red Bull in Springs. Lady Wildcats trying to force that ball in the middle. Having to wait just a second while Jessie gets her hair fixed. Into Lovin. Right side to Lunsford. Bounce pass underneath, slapped away, ball's loose. Battle for it, still battling for it, still loose on the floor. Still loose, and a whistle and a foul. And that one's going to go against Tristany. That is her third. Team's first of the second half. Tristany going for the loose ball. Pardon me. Davis moves to the right side. Over to Ellington. Back out front to Davis to the left side and Hetty. Hetty looks at a 3, pulls it down to Davis, top of the circle. Back to Hetty. She'll launch a 3 this time and got it. That is her third 3. She has nothing but 3s. And it's a 1-point ball game with 6:35 to go in the third quarter. Lovin to the top of the circle. Left side to Prince. Back out to Lovin. Right side to Tristany. Drives the baseline. Kicks it out to Lovin. She drives. Kicks it to Tristany from the baseline for 3. Got it. Oh, he said it was a 2. I really thought it was a 3. Davis over to Ellington. Ellington in the middle to Tuck. Tuck kicks it out to Hetty. She's got the spot. She's got the basket. 4 threes for her now. 12 points. Timeout, 30-second timeout. to Coach Clark, and I know what's going to happen in that huddle. Somebody needs to get on Hetty. She was wide open for that for the last 2 3-pointers, and they're working the ball. Lady Wildcats in a 2-3 zone, working the ball. Hetty comes open on the left side, just outside the arc, and she's nailed everything she's put up there. Let me look at the stat sheet and see. Well, she was 2 of 6, and she's 2 for 2 in this quarter. So she's 4 of 8. She's hitting 50%. Beller will inbounds. Lovin in back court. Lovin running the point. Tristany on the far side with 3 fouls. 5:50 to go in the third. Left side to Prince. Back to Lovin. Top of the circle to the right side in Lunsford. She looks at a 3, pulls it down. Back to Lovin, over to Lunsford. Fakes a 3, pulls it down. Lovin will shoot a 3. No. Rebound, and that's going to be Baker over the back. Nice hustle, but she was indeed over the back. That is Oshie's second, team's second of the half. And Davis will come up with it. Davis to the top of the circle. Bounce pass to Tuck. Cross courts it to Ellington. Ellington puts up a 3. It's no good. Gets her own rebound. Throws it up. No good. Beller with the rebound. Off to Lunsford. Lady Cats trying to run. Tristany backs it back out. Over to Jessie. Underneath to Oshie. She spins. Puts it up. Rolls no good. Rebound to Tuck. Going the other way is Davis. Down the far side. Now into the lane. Over to the right side to Fleming. Back out front to Davis. Over to Hetty. Back to Davis. To Ellington in the corner to Fleming. She fakes, drives in, kicks it out to Davis. Left side to Hetty. Hetty puts up a 3. No. Rebound to Baker, and this time I believe Ellington is called for the foul. That'll be her second. Team's first of the second half. 24-24, 4:51 to go in the third quarter. Lovin walks the ball up as Carver will come to the scorer's table. Lovin to the right side to Beller. Far side to Lunsford. Tristany, bounce pass to the baseline. Jessie spins, puts a jump shot up. It rolls no good. Baker with the rebound, puts it up no good. And Jessie's over the back. Be her second, team's third. Carver in. Prince will go to the bench. And, folks, all I can tell you is these over-the-backs, we are doing it. These guys, I told Jessie before the ball game to watch them because they are small and they'll get under you and you can have trouble. Davis drives into the lane, kicks it out to Tuck, over to Eisenberg. Eisenberg gets into the lane, back to Tuck. Tuck puts a jump shot up and got it. And Red Bowling Springs takes a 2-point lead. Lovin in the front court to the left side to Carver. Back out to Lovin. Over to Beller. Down low to Tristany. Looks underneath. Puts the ball on the floor. Back out front to Beller. Jessie over to Tristany. Drives the baseline. Bounce pass underneath the Baker. 3 on her. And they say nobody touched it but Oshie. And Carver will go to the bench as Prince comes back in. Eisenberg will inbounds to Davis. 3:45 to go in the third. 26-24, Lady Bulldogs. Right side to Fleming. Back out to Davis. In the middle, tried to go in the middle to Eisenberg. Stolen by Lovin. Lovin down to Tristany, and she's fouled by Davis. That'll be Davis' second. Oh, her third and team's second. Lovin will inbounds. Nope. She'll step back inbounds, and Tristany will throw it in. Then she gets the pass back out to Lovin. Over to Tristany. Back to Lovin. Left side to Prince. In the corner to Jessie. Slapped out of bounds by Tuck. Jessie has to run the ball down for the official. And full timeout to Franklin Simpson with 3:18 to go in the third. 26-24, Red Bowling Springs. You're listening to WFKN Sports.
Okay.
2, please. 3:19 to go in the third quarter. Lady Cats down 26-24. It'll be Lady Wildcat basketball under their own basket. Inbounds, it comes to Lovin. She moves to the right side, back to Tristany. Tristany drives in, and she's fouled, I believe, by Fleming. No. Oh, no, that's on Davis. That's her fourth, team's third. Davis, the ball handler for this team. That'll bring Ellingson back in. I've been corrected. It was in the scorebook wrong over on the far side, though, I'll tell you, because that's where I got it. Inbounds, it comes to Beller. Over to Lovin. In the corner, Tristany, she'll put up a three. No. Rebound taken by Hetty. Hetty down the far side. Puts up a three. No. Rebound goes to Fleming. She puts it up. It rolls no good. Beller with the rebound. Jesse off to Tristany. Tristany clapping her hands, trying to get something going with the Lady Wildcats. Trias to the top of the circle. Left side, Lovin for three. No. Rebound goes to Fleming. And the Lady Bulldogs running down the far side to the top of the circle. Kicks it over to the left side to Hetty. She looks at a three, pulls it down to Fleming at the top of the circle. She'll put the three up and got it. That is her first three, and it's a 29-24 game. Lady Cats down by 5, biggest lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Lunsford to the right side and Lovin. Lovin over to Jesse. Tried to go baseline, couldn't do it. Back out to Lovin, back to Beller. Jesse underneath to Baker. Baker brings it out front to Lovin. Left side to Tristany. Tristany goes to the baseline, kicks it back out to the top of the circle and Lovin. Over to Baker. Baker looks at a three. Holds the basketball, gives it out to Lovin on the left side to Lunsford. To Lovin. Lovin to the free throw line. Bounce pass over to Baker. Puts it up. No good. Rebound Fleming. Bulldogs going the other way. 1:45 to go in the third. 29-24. Tuck with the basketball. Tries to go underneath to Eisenberg. It goes off of her hands. It'll be Franklin Simpson ball. They'll bring it the length of the floor as Raines comes back in, and Eisenberg will go to the bench. Lunsford with the basketball. Tristany goes to the moving pick, I believe, on Prince. Yep, that is her second. Team's fourth. Inbounds comes from Raines to Fleming. Fleming running the point with Davis on the bench with 4 fouls. Raines with the basketball back to Fleming. Fleming drills to the left side. Almost lost it. Drives baseline. Jump shots on the way and got it. 7 points for her. A 31-24 ball game. A 7-point lead is the biggest lead. Lovin to Tristany. Over to Baker. Baker puts up a 2. It's no good. Rebound. Tipped around. Baker gets it. Spins. Kicks it out to Tristany. She'll put up a 3. Got it. 14 points for her. 31-27. Baseline to Tuck. Back out to Ellingson. Over to Raines just inside the arc. It's no good. Ellingson gets a rebound over to Fleming. Fleming into the lane, puts it up. It rolls no good off the hands of Ellingson. It'll be Franklin Simpson ball. 30.3 seconds left. Lady Cats down by 4. Jesse into Tamia, and Tamia walks it up. Lady Cats probably going for one shot. Lady Bulldogs remaining in that 2-3 zone. Right side to Prince. Back to Lovin. Lovin holds the ball on her hip. 10 seconds. Left side to Tristany. Back to Lovin. Over to Prince. Back to Lovin. Sets up for a 3. Going to be short. Rebound goes to the Lady Bulldogs, and the quarter comes to a close. Lady Cats trail at 31-27. We'll be back. You're listening to WFKN Sports. Jesse Beller inbounds to Tamia Lovin, and Lovin brings it across. Still in that 2. I don't believe the Lady Bulldogs have been out of the 2-3 zone all night. And the Lady Wildcats have not been able to hit anything from the field to really bring them out of it. Lunsford with the basketball, shouting directions as Beller crosses the baseline to the left side. Tristany with it out front to Beller. Down low to Lovin. Lovin will go back to the top of the circle in Lunsford. Back to Lovin. To me, a bounce pass. Tried to go in the middle. Stolen. That's Davis back in the ball game. Underneath to Tuck. She kicks it out to Hetty. Hetty for 3. No. And it'll be Red Boiling Springs basketball as it goes off the hands of Baker. Davis playing with 4 fouls to begin the fourth quarter. Slaps the basketball. Still looking. It comes in deep to Fleming. She'll put up a 3. Got it. Her second 3 of the night. And the Lady Wildcats down by 7. Equals the largest lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Lovin over to Prince. Prince to the top of the circle, and Lunsford over to Beller. Beller in the middle to Baker. Baker drives, puts a shot up, no good. Ball goes off the hands of the Bulldogs. It'll be Franklin Simpson ball with 6:46 on the clock. Only 3 Lady Wildcats have scored, Beller, Baker, and Lunsford. Tristany will inbounds under her own basket. Comes into Jesse. Out front to Prince. On the left side now to Lovin. Back to Prince. In the middle to Beller. She spins. Jump shots on the way. Got it. Jesse Beller, 8 points for her. She's averaging 13. Fleming with the basketball. Lost the handle on it. Almost lost the ball to Davis. And Tristany just picked up her 4th foul as she ran over Ellenson. That is her 4th, team's 5th. I wish I could argue with one of these. I can't argue with a single call. Davis with the basketball near midcourt. Dribbling out front over to Fleming. Fleming tries to drive baseline, does drive baseline, puts a shot up. It's no good. Battle for the rebound. And Baker comes out with it, and she is mugged in the foul. And call the foul on Hetty. That'll be her 2nd, team's 4th. As Lovin will bring it up, 6:10 to go in the ball game. Remember that the Wildcats will be in action immediately following this. It's 6 o'clock. Beller with the basketball over to Lunsford. Lunsford playing with 4 fouls. Puts it on the floor. Bounce pass to the baseline, and Beller in the middle to Baker. Jump shots on the way. No good. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up. No good. And going to call the foul on Oshie as she dove for the ball and dove on top of Tuck. That is her 3rd, team 6th. Davis with the basketball. To the top of the circle, and Tuck. Tuck to Davis. Davis looks at a 3, puts it on the floor. Top of the circle now to Hetty. She'll put up a 3. No good. Ball is tipped out of bounds off the hands of Prince. It'll be Lady Bulldog basketball. Davis inbounds it to Hetty. Hetty into the lane, and she's fouled by Lovin. That'll be Tamia's 1st, team 7th. Hetty will go to the line for 1 in the bonus. 34-29, 5:30 to go in the game. Shots up, no good. Baker with the rebound for the Lady Wildcats, off to Lunsford. Lunsford past everybody over to Lovin. Back out to Lunsford to the free throw line. Backs it out over to Lovin. Back to Lunsford. Lovin to Beller. In the corner to Prince. Out to Lovin. Over to Lunsford. Back to Lovin. Double foul. So Oshie picks up her fourth. Fleming picks up her third. Team's fifth on the Bulldogs. Team's eighth on the Wildcats. It'll be Franklin Simpson ball. Comes into Baker. Out to Tristany for three. Going to be strong. And off the hands of Prince. And actually, Oshie going for the ball hit Prince. And it'll go over to Red Boiling Springs, to Davis. Davis in the front court. To Tuck on the right side to Fleming. Fleming tries to drive, gets cut off, almost stolen. Davis comes up with it. Over in the left side to Hetty for three. Got it. 5 3-pointers for Hetty. A full timeout to, I think it was Red Boiling Springs. We'll take a break too. 4:37 to go in the ball game. 37-29 the score. Lady Wildcats on the short end. You're listening to WFKN Sports.
Oh, Portland and White House? Oh my gosh. I could never seen that.
Back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lady Cats down by 8 as Loving comes in the front court to Lunsford. Lunsford with 4 fouls, Baker with 4 fouls, both of them in the ball game. Beller drives the baseline and puts a shot up. It's no good. Rebound goes to Ellinson. Ellinson all the way down the lane, kicks it out to Tuck, over to Fleming for 3. No. Rebound goes to Baker. Off to Lunsford. Lady Cats running. Trias all the way down, puts a running jump shot up, banks it in. 16 points for Tristany. Timeout to the Lady Cats. It's got to be a full timeout, so we'll take a break too. 4:04 to go, 37-31. Exerting a little full court pressure. Remember, the Lady Cats with 2 players with 4 fouls. Davis trying to get into front court. Does, working against Lunsford. Goes to the right side, gets cut off, backs it back out. Now tries left, gets cut off again. And ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Franklin Simpson ball. Going to be a conversation. Some kind lady from Red Boiling Springs wants to show the referee the video of that one. Beller will inbounds after all the discussion. It comes into backcourt to Tristany. Down by 6, the Lady Cats are. 2-3 zone still by the Lady Bulldogs. Goes to the right side all the way down, puts a shot up, and she's fouled by Tuck, I believe. No. Ellinson. That is her third, team 6th. That guy's saying Ellington. And Tristany gets the first one. She'll have another. Second free throw, good also. Lead is at 4. As Carver will come in and Baker will get a rest. Also protecting her a little bit as she goes to the bench with 4 fouls. Full court man-to-man pressure by the Lady Wildcats as Ellinson inbounds it to Davis. Davis gets double teamed, gets it back to Ellinson. Back to Davis. Davis moves into front court, loses a handle on it. Ball's loose on the floor, gets kicked, picked up by McCutcheon, off to Levin, over to Lunsford. Tristany into the lane, puts a shot up, double dribble. 37-33, 3:19 to go. Eisenberg back into the lineup, and Ellinson will go to the bench. Almost stolen by Tristany as she tried to bounce pass to Davis, and Trist just too quick for her. Still full court man-to-man. Ellinson moves to the other side of the backboard, put it in. It comes in to Davis. She gets cut off, gets it down to Fleming, over to Tuck. Tuck goes in for the layup and gets it. Tuck has 9 points now, and the lead is back to 6. Coming up on the 3-minute mark. Levin with the basketball to Lunsford. Tristany calls the offense, goes to the left side, over to McCutcheon, back to Lunsford. Drives in, pulls up, kicks it out to Beller, fakes, goes baseline, out to McCutcheon off of her hands, out of bounds. And the turnover will give it to the Lady Bulldogs. Eisenberg inbounds it to Hetty. Hetty all the way down, puts a shot up, got it. Just lapse of I don't know what on that one as she just took the basketball and drove the length of the floor and put it in the hole. Out front to Levin. Left side it comes to McCutcheon. Back to Levin. Over on the right side to Tristany. She fakes. Goes in. Kicks it out to Levin. Levin will put up a 3. No. Run down by McCutcheon in the corner. She gets it out to Levin. Levin over to Lunsford. Lunsford drives. Pulls up. Kicks it out to Carver. Back to Tristany. She fakes, drives in, over to Levin. Back to Tristany. She'll put up a 3. No good. It goes off the hands of Beller, out of bounds to Red Boiling Springs. 8-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. 1:59 to go in the ball game. 41-33. Inbounds to Davis. Davis still in backcourt, gets double teamed, gets it over to Eisenberg. Eisenberg into front court. Back to Davis. Bulldogs in no hurry now. Clock's on their side with an 8-point lead. Davis over to Eisenberg. Back to Davis. Backs it back out, dribbles to the right side, gets double teamed. Tipped by Carver, taken by Lunsford. Davis is just fouled out of the ball game. That'll be her 5th, team's 7th. Tristany goes to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus. Ellinson will come back into the lineup. First shot, rattles out, no good. Tuck with the rebound, off to Fleming. Fleming up to Ellinson. Back to Fleming. Fleming just dribbling out back in front court to Eisenberg. 1:15 to go. Eisenberg over on the left side to Fleming. They've spread the court. Fleming dribbles through 2 defenders and comes back to the corner. Still dribbling, not enough pressure on her to do a count. Now Carver moves closer to her. Count is on, drives into the lane, kicks it out to Ellenson. Back to Fleming. 53 seconds. To Eisenberg. Eisenberg to Ellison. And threw it out of bounds. It'll be Franklin Simpson ball with 43 seconds left and an 8-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Baker will come back in, and McCutcheon will go to the bench. Remind you that we'll go almost immediately to Bowling Green for the guys' game. Lunsford with the basketball, back to Levin. Over on the right side to Beller, back to Carver. In the middle, tried to go in the middle, slapped away. Ball's loose on the floor, jump ball. It belongs to Red Boiling Springs with 28 seconds left. And the Bulldogs take a full timeout. We'll take a break with 28.3 seconds left. Lady Cats down by 8. You're listening to WFKN Sports.
Just one.
Lady Bulldogs will run a stack as Eisenberg will inbounds it. It comes in to Hetty. Hetty gets double teamed and a jump ball is called. That one will go to Franklin Simpson. Coach wanted a walk instead of a jump ball. He got the ball. Beller will inbounds to Tristany. Back to Jesse. In the middle to Oshie. She drives. Has it knocked away. Ball's loose on the floor. Oshie comes up with it. Gets it over to Tristany. She'll put up a three. Got it.
3-point goal by Tristany Lunsford.
That is Tristany's second three of the night and cuts the lead to 5. And it'll be a full timeout to the Lady Wildcats. We're going to keep it right.
41-36 score. They Wildcats with 3 scoring, not only Lady Bulldogs with 4. Sometimes today,
Eisenberg inbounds it with 12.7 seconds left. Eisenberg slaps the basketball. Comes into Tuck. Tuck up to Hetty. Slapped out of bounds by Tristany. 10.4 seconds left. Eisenberg will inbounds it. Slaps the basketball. Comes into Fleming. Fleming dribbling in backcourt, gets it over to Eisenberg. Eisenberg up to Hetty. Hetty gets tied up by Baker. It's a jump ball. Eisenberg I'm sorry, Hetty even thought that was funny. 2.5 seconds left. Inbounds to Fleming and a foul on Beller. Was that the game? They didn't stop the clock on the whistle? Yeah, I think they're going to have to put like a second on the clock. That'll be Jesse's third, team's ninth. Fleming goes to the line. She'll shoot one in the bonus. Eight-tenths of a second on the clock. Shots up. Got it. She'll have one more. 11 points for Kennedy Fleming. Second free throw's in the air. Got that one as well. So the final score is going to be 43-37 as the Lady Wildcats are going to drop their first game in the Best of the Lakes Holiday Classic. 43-36 actually is the final score. We'll be back with a wrap-up and then send you on to Bowling Green after these messages. You're listening to WFKN Sports.
And your Best of the Lakes Classic player of the game, sponsored by
Okay.
First Place
Run me 3 spots, please.
Springs, number 20.
And then run the introduction to the coaches show and one round